The young nurse merely dozed off while on duty. When she scrambled up, clutching her face and looking around, she found not a soul in sight. Only the slap mark on her face proved it hadn't been a dream. The story takes place at a hospital in Mexico. Rebecca is preparing for an interview for a nursing position. The hospital is in urgent need of night shift staff, but because the shifts last a grueling 12 hours, few people are willing to take the job. The head nurse reviews Rebecca's file and finds her qualifications and experience satisfactory, though she is puzzled by a 4-year gap in Rebecca's employment history. Rebecca quickly explains that she spent those 4 years caring for her late father. Now that he has passed away, she is returning to the workforce to resume her nursing career. The head nurse is deeply moved by her story. Combined with her credentials and experience, all of which meet the hospital's requirements, she immediately assigns Rebecca to the night shift nursing team. In addition to Rebecca, 2 other colleagues work the night shift, one named Paula, and the other, Lucy. While changing into their uniforms in the locker room, Lucy is particularly nasty, mocking Rebecca for trying to cover herself up while changing. Fortunately, Paula is kind-hearted and seems very easy to get along with. She kindly offers Rebecca a warning. When on duty at the hospital, one must strictly adhere to 4 ironclad rules. Never forget any task you have handled. Second, remain fully focused on nursing duties without letting your attention wander. Third, strictly avoid any ambiguous or romantic entanglements with colleagues. Fourth, and most crucial of all, never sleep on the job without authorization. No sooner had Paula finished giving this reminder than the head nurse approached with the keys to the duty room, briefly instructed Rebecca on a few operational details, and then turned to leave the night shift ward. Nightfall had completely enveloped the hospital. Rebecca stood at the entrance to the intensive care unit, reverently making the sign of the cross over her chest. Having done so, she officially began her first night shift. She meticulously cleaned the wounds of bedridden patients, distributed oral medications according to doctor's orders, and thoroughly sanitized various medical instruments, all part of her fundamental nursing responsibilities. Hours slipped by unnoticed. Just as Rebecca was preparing to administer an injection to a patient, an eerie, chilling humming sound suddenly drifted from deep within the corridor. This unexpected noise sent a shiver down Rebecca's spine. Who could possibly be humming in the hospital in the dead of a winter night? Pressing the panic rising within her, she cautiously stepped out of the patient's room to investigate. Yet, not a soul was to be seen in the vast, empty corridor. Fortunately, the eerie singing didn't last long before fading away completely. Rebecca returned to the patient's room to resume her nursing duties, but the unsettling incident left her feeling deeply uneasy. In a moment of distraction, she accidentally knocked over the tray she was carrying. Left with no choice, she headed straight to the locker room to change her clothes. However, a shocking sight awaited her. Someone had tampered with and opened her locker. Before Rebecca could even recover from her surprise, the crisp sound of high heels clicking against the floor echoed through the corridor. She immediately turned to look toward the source of the noise. A blurred figure had appeared behind the frosted glass. Judging by the silhouette, it looked like another hospital nurse. Meaning well, Rebecca offered a friendly wave toward the glass, but the figure behind it remained silent and offered no response. Rebecca decided to step out of the locker room and into the corridor, only to find it completely deserted. There wasn't a soul in sight. Panic instantly set in, and, terrified, she hurried back into the locker room. Just as she finished quickly changing into a clean uniform, that sharp clicking sound of high heels rang out in her ears once more. Pressing herself against the lockers, Rebecca stole a glance ahead and saw that familiar figure again, slowly approaching her with a twisted, stiff, and unnatural gait.